Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today we're going to be talking about Azor. We finally got Azor, the founder of the Azorius Guild, actually the founder of the whole damn guild pact. So, a lot of different ways to build this guy. I chose to do it as thematically as possible. I did not put a Sphinx Revelation in here. Don't look for it, by the way. Um, I just don't feel like we need it since the fact that he's got it built in. Yes, there's an argument for we might need it when he is not on the board or don't want to attack or can't attack, whatever. But I feel like we're safe not having it. But anyway, first I want to do the cards that are in this set that are his, pretty much. Now, the Sphinx's Decree is obviously him. It is not an epic card by any means, but it is his personal decree, so, that's fine. We've got the Azor's Gateway. Now, this Joker here is pretty sweet. 5 different CMCs. Yeah, you get a freebie with the land drop, but eventually you're going to flip it over and tap for all the mana. And then it's meant to fuel his draw card and what have you. But the other card is the Immortal Sun. Now, as I understand it, Azor was a Planeswalker and gave up his spark, and that is what powers this Immortal Sun. Now, this baby does all the things. It's a personal Howling Mine. It's a medallion for all your spells. And it's just, yeah. Oh, and it hoses Super Friends. But, so that's the personal Azor cards from this set. So then I went back to the Azorius cards from years past. We have the Azorius Charm, the Azorius Ploy, Azorius Ether Mage, Elocutors. I'm from Tennessee. I can't pronounce that. The Herald, Justicar, Arrestor. I need to slow down. It's taking a little while to focus in there. And of course, the Guild Mage. Now, those are all the cards that I had that were actually Azorius in the name. But then we have stuff like characters in the guild, obviously Espera and Lawbringer. Now, we are playing with some detain cards, which is not exactly my favorite mechanic, but it's all right. Minister of Impediments. This guy's not bad. Just 3 mana 1/1 is not strong, but the ability to just tap him with no mana payment, that I like. Because most of the time, your Master Decoy effects only cost 2, but they cost 1 to activate. I'd a lot rather pay that 1 mana up front and not have to pay it every time I tap this Joker. We have the Hussar Patrol. Yeah, it's Azorius. That's, it fits the flavor, and that's pretty much it. The Wind Reaver from way back. The guy that does everything. The Council of the Absolute. Now, there's a good chance you're just not gonna, you're only gonna net half of the value of this card. Either you're gonna lock out one of their cards, or you're gonna, I don't have Capsize in here, so Capsize would probably be the ultimate thing to name in our format, because you're going to cast Capsize over and over and over. And subtracting 2 off that buyback is a beautiful thing. We have Restore the Peace. Hey, the beautiful part here is it doesn't have to hurt you. Okay, if player B attacks player C, then, hey, bounce them off. After combat, of course, because, they have to deal the damage. And, if your opponent's the one taking it, you kind of want that to happen. Skittles, another Azorius Flash. I mean, yeah, it's bounce. I use the negate from Rivals because, well, first off, that art, I don't know what is going on here. That is some kind of crazy magical dance. I don't know, but the color is beautiful, and I can't wait to see a full one, like live. Um, Arrest seemed very fitting with the whole detain mechanic, and it's got the Lavinia quote. The conjunction junction, or dang it, here I am showing my age. In action junction. Swift silence. Now, yeah, 5 mana counter spells better like be awesome, and this one isn't really. But there is that narrow corner case time that it's going to pay off, and you're just going to be so glad you did it. And really, games go so long anyway that a lot of times 5 mana isn't too much to ask for that card that you absolutely have to say no to. Now, Overrule, here again, I guess we're just hoping that we're going to flip the Azor thing so we've got all the manas. Using Dramatic Rescue for when somebody tries to target your Azor. Follow the Gavel. Why not? I mean, it's flavorful. Not good, but flavorful. But you know what is good? Righteous Authority. Putting Righteous Authority on Azor is outstanding. Especially if you can swing with him and get his little attack trigger and pay all the manas and draw the cards and then deal the damage. That's awesome. But anyway, you're drawing cards. This makes him bigger. Slaughter the Strong. I've got in here now. It will kill Azor, but odds are when you're casting this, you're probably behind, and the idea is you don't have Azor anyway. Regular good old-fashioned Disenchant, Terminus. We're getting into some of this that is just utility stuff, like, Ojutai's Command. While it is white and blue, it is technically not Azorius, but it is at the same time. Let's look at our mana fixing. Colored-wise, we've got the Manolith, Sky Diamond, Marble Diamond, Seashell Cameo. You don't see those a lot. Ojutai Monument, and then the colorless wise, I've got the Sisei Ring and the Urgolem's Eye. Now, Spellbook is kind of obviously an include. I love insurance policies. Tablet of the Guilds seems like very fitting because obviously you're going to name white and blue, but check out that flavor text. It's actually, it's for all the guilds, but it's specifically Azorius. That's why I kind of felt obligated to include it. Of course, Whisper Silk Cloak, because, Unblockable in the Shroud is hard to beat. Now let's get into some of the rest of the creatures here. Since we're in utility stuff, Topplegeist, he's a one-bagger flyer, and, later on, he might have some value. Fogbank is, of course, that ultimate blocker. I love the Lost Dinosaurs from the Urza block, but this is cool art, too. Stormscape Familiar is just going to make your white stuff cheaper. However, there's so much gold and multicolor in the deck that a high percentage of your spells are going to be cheaper because of this guy. Blazing Archon, he's from Ravnica originally, obviously here, but so he's not foreign to the Azorius Guild, but he's also just a pretty good beast to have out there. Of course, then we have the Resto Angel because, sometimes you just got to save your general. Now, Judge's Familiar. It's got flying. Have you noticed there's a strong flying theme? I mean, it's white blue, so those are like the two flying colors. But have you really, really noticed the flying theme? Because like most of our creatures, I love the hexproof too. Straight up have flying. Even like our super cool blockers have flying. The Azorius First Wing, whoa, and Sky Hussar, flying. So that's kind of what led me into a Flying Matters theme for the rest of the deck. By Flying Matters, I'm talking stuff like Pride of the Clouds, because it is Azorius. I mean, it was in that guild, in Dissension. And it gets so big, especially if, as many flyers as we've got. A lot of other people play flyers, angels, dragons, demons. Wow, I just sound like a pitch for a Kalia deck. But anyway, Pride of the Cloud's a good card. My opinion, criminally underplayed. But we've got a lot of flyers, so we're going to make some value out of this 2-drop. Now, Thunderclap Wyvern, there again, depending on where you're from or if you have any Magic back Wyvern cards. But Flash Flying and making your general a 7/7. Now, 7 is obviously the sweet spot. We all know the 7 power is the sweet spot for a commander because that's 3 hits and they're dead. It's exactly 3 unblocked hits and they're dead. So that's why I like 7 or above. Now, even the Warden of Evo's Owl is going to make your general cheaper and most of the rest of your deck too because it's with flying. I put the Sprite Noble in mainly because she deals with the Flying Matters theme or sub theme that we have. Deluge, because why not? I mean, we've got a few guys that don't fly, but by and large, the most of them do fly. So if we can, and it's an instant. That's the beautiful part here. You don't have to do this stuff before combat. You can wait until the attack step of the person that is going to kill you and just tap all their dudes and hopefully you can kill them because they're coming at you next turn. Anyway, favorable wins is getting like tons of reprints nowadays, but it works. 2-mana enchantment that, is an anthem for most of your deck. Blue don't get Crusades like that. Does now, I guess. And our last card is, of course, Gravitational Shift. Another card that's really good now. It is 5-mana enchantment, but it does pump most of your team, and it all but makes tokens useless. So, all those vampires and goblins and elves are not as threatening as they once was. Well, that is what I have got for Mr. Azor. We're back on, started getting some more cards from Rivals, so I'm not exactly certain what deck will be next. It looks like red is most of the way done. But I do appreciate you watching. Follow along the cataloging of the quest to build every single EDH deck, or use every single general. Because, the weird stuff with the whole, the partner stuff, there's so many different combinations that, I don't know. Anyway, I do appreciate you watching. Y'all let me know what you think. Right now, I think we're going to shuffle and cut.